I am excited about today's video.
Happy, 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 happy.
Today's video is about opportunity. Opportunity in 2024 when it comes to real estate. We are going to talk about what happened in the past in 2023 and a little bit before that, and what's going on 2024, 2025. What can we look forward to? And I'm going to tell you definitively, should you buy or should you rent? Now, that is not true because there are some situations where renting might make sense or you might just want to do it. We're going to talk about that at the end of the video, but spoiler alert, I am going to give you a bunch of data and information that tells you I'm pretty pro buy right now, and I'm going to explain it with numbers and data, and hopefully you can use that information to decide whether you're buying or looking to move to in or around the Lynchburg, Virginia area or somewhere else. There is some data here that's national and there's some data that's really local to Lynchburg, Virginia, but I am happy to give you that information. And listen, if you ever talk to an agent or a lender who is trying to push you or convince you to do something, you probably want to fire them and go look for someone else. It's never my job to push you, to coerce you, to convince you of something. It is my job to give you data so you can make the most informed decision that's right for you.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really.
I know it's not simple. It's not always as easy as just make a decision and that's it. There's a lot of information that goes into it. There's a lot of personal things, a lot of financial things, a lot of family things. I understand that. So here in this video, let's give you the information about why I think right now, ending 2023, moving into 2024, if you can do it, is a great time to buy. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, JD, of course you're going to say it's a great time to buy because you get paid when someone buys or sells a house. And there is truth to that, but that doesn't mean these other things we're going to talk about are not true also. Tax benefits, appreciation, wealth building, all good reasons to purchase real estate, to buy your primary home or to invest. And as we get into this, let me just throw the number up there. You have the number, the email, the website. You can give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, go on the website, book a call, take a screenshot of that, take a snapshot with your phone, call me at any time you'd like to. I'm happy to help you if I can. And of course, you can leave a comment as well. Are you looking to buy right now? Maybe 6 months? You can say, nope, I'm a renter, and tell us why you rent. You can do all those things, and you can subscribe to the channel as well. But let's get right into it. First, let me tell you, I'm 52 now, and back when I was a young trooper, I was not thinking about real estate, and I am upset that I wasn't. I wish I would have been thinking about real estate then. And I want you to think about real estate now, no matter what age you are. You know, there's a little saying about the best time to plant a tree. The best time to plant a tree, 20 years ago. The second best time, today. We can't do would've, should've, could've, would've, done. What is that? Should've, would've, could've, should've, would've, could've. Yeah. We don't want to do all that, but we do want to learn as much as we can and take action today. Look, if you're an old guy like me, maybe you're learning for your children, passing this information on to them. And maybe it's a new mindset to not think, I'm going to buy a house. That's my forever home. First time I buy, I'm just going to stick there for the rest of my life. That might not be what you want to do. You might want to buy, build equity, move on to another property, maybe keep the other one. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do to gain wealth through real estate. Why should you buy now? Because it sets you up for the future. Let's take a look at who's winning the housing market right now today. It's baby boomers age 57 to 75. And the reason they're winning today is because they've purchased before. Look at those home prices on this graph. They're going up. Yeah, we had that little dip 2008, 2011. That is not going to happen the same way today. There are reasons why, concrete reasons. That's a different video perhaps or a different discussion. But trust me, that graph goes up, 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 up. It might dip a little bit, might be a little dance move, but the value is always increasing over time. You don't buy a house today and think I'm going to sell it in a month, but over time, it is going to appreciate. And this is what baby boomers have done. 39% of home buyers today are baby boomers. Of the young baby boomers in 2023, those that are up to age 67, 32% of them purchased a home with cash. In 2023, 51% of the older boomers purchased a home in cash. And when you're in the housing market and you're competing against other buyers, cash is a big factor. If someone comes in with a cash purchase, oftentimes they're winning. So by owning a home today, by buying today, you are setting yourself up when you want to make a change in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You are building wealth right there in the real estate that you own today.
I made the right decision. I'm glad I signed. I'm a homeowner. Good to be a homeowner. Diversifying, very good.
In fact, according to the National Association of Realtors, 68% of home buyers are repeat buyers. So let's look at where we've been recently with interest rates and inventory and the market in general. We had a little thing happen not too long ago in 2020 called COVID. What did that do? It drove interest rates, mortgage rates down to 2%, and it caused people to sell and people to buy, sometimes paying well over the list price. Let's take a look at what happened right here in Lynchburg. In 2020, we had about 4,000 transactions total. In 2021, we had about 4,300 transactions. In 2022, we had 3,700 transactions, and in 2023, we're down just over 3,100 transactions. Now, you can see the prices here. The average price of these homes has jumped up from 2020, 21, 22, 23, and these are all about 2,000 square foot houses on average in the Lynchburg area. So our average sales price went from 227, 254, 289 to 306. The thing that is great about the Lynchburg, Virginia area, if you're looking to move to in or around this area, if you're buying a primary home, maybe a first-time home buyer, or you're upsizing, downsizing, or you're buying an investment property, is we're a little bit isolated and protected as far as the rest of the nation. Now, what happens in big cities can be big upswings, big downswings. We're a little bit isolated. Let me give you an example. Nationally, from 21 to 23, the number of transactions had a national drop of 37.5%. In Lynchburg, we had a drop just around 24%. 24 to 37.5% is a big difference. Overall, it's a big drop in transactions. Normally, your expected appreciation is 2.5% to 5% per year on the value of your real estate. During COVID, we saw some jumps of 20% nationally. Now look, locally, what did we have? From 2021 to 2023, we saw a 17% appreciation in real estate. Right now in the market, we are a little bit low on inventory and a little bit low on demand, supply and demand, and that has kept overall prices generally stable. Look at this chart as far as transactions. It shows you the big drop over the last couple years. You can see the correlation between the interest rate as it crept up and the inventory as it crept down. People stopped selling their house. They didn't want to leave their 2% rate. They didn't want to go somewhere else. They were going to get less for their house, they thought, or not as much as during the COVID craziness, so they didn't list. But take a look at these projections. Now, the Fed recently announced they're going to cut the Fed rate, planning on it in 2024 and 2025. And what should happen with that? That interest rate should come down. The overall transactions are projected to jump back up. That means we're going to have more inventory, more buyers and sellers. And as the interest rate, the mortgage rate drops down, I think more people are going to jump back into the game. We've already went below 7% recently. Just think about what that's going to do as we go from 6.9 to 6.5, 5.9, or right around in that area. We have a lot of people in the on-deck circle. In baseball, the on-deck circle is where you go to get ready. You're up next to bat. Well, people have been sitting on the sideline and they're ready to get up to bat. NAR says over the next 2 years, this is what's going to happen. Look at that. We got babies being born. We have marriages, divorces. People are getting older. We have people dying, new jobs, relocations for all kinds of reasons. This is coming. And we have buyers in the on-deck circle too. People are going to jump back into the market as the interest rate starts to come down and the inventory starts to go up. So what does that mean for you today? Well, when we have increased competition, we could have increased prices as well. Let's look at a $300,000 house as an example. At 6.9% interest for a mortgage, you're paying $1,975. Now that's not with insurance, not with taxes. That's just the mortgage. If you say, I'm going to wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, I want that interest rate to drop down to 5.9%. At 5.9%, you're paying $1,779. Agreed. Anyone would want to save $100, $200, $300 a month, of course. But what if you sit it out and wait, and then as interest rates fall, more people jump in, and now that $300,000 house does not cost you $300,000. What if it cost you $320,000? A $320,000 mortgage at 5.9% is $1,898 per month. So is it possible that a value of the house will go back up as competition comes in, as interest rates fall? Yes, it is. You could actually pay more for the house 6 months from now, 9 months from now, than you would pay right now if you put an offer in on that same house. Let's talk a little more about that on-deck circle. You know that many people are moving out of their homes at around the age of 26. And the new average for a first-time home buyer, the new average age is 36. Well, between 26 and 36, that slot of people in our country is around 45 million. That is the largest number it has been since 1920. So we have 45 million people in the on-deck circle ready to jump back in, move out. Yes, maybe they go rent. We're going to talk about that soon. But maybe they're looking to be that first-time home buyer and jump into the market. I know it's like a cute little saying, but there is truth to it too. If you rent, your interest rate is 100%. You're not getting anything back from that. You're not owning anything. The other thing that's true is this. When you buy a house, the purchase price that you buy a house at is always the purchase price. You cannot change it. You can't buy a house for $320 and then go back and say, I'd like to save some money. 5 years from now, let me go back and change the purchase price to $300. Impossible. Can't do it. But what you can possibly do is change the interest rate. If you purchase today at 6.9%, and a year from now it goes down to 5.9%, then you talk to your lender and you figure out, what's it cost me to refinance? Is it worth it? And can I drop my monthly payment and make it worth it in the long run for me? You can renegotiate interest rates. You cannot renegotiate purchase price. So you get the idea. Why buy now? Because right now, interest rates are starting to come down. We still have limited competition. Yes, we still have inventory, but when inventory comes back up, so does the competition. I look like a field goal. Boom, good. Or a three-pointer. Yeah, I used to ref basketball. 3. It's good. All right. That's why you want to buy now. Why do you want to rent? Well, there are some reasons to rent. Maybe you're in a position where you just can't do it. You don't have the down payment necessary. You don't qualify for a loan program that has no money down payment. Maybe you need some help on your credit. Maybe you're switching jobs and different job fields. You just can't get a loan right now. Listen, I know it can feel disappointing, but let me tell you, I have some great lenders that you can talk to. I want you to keep your head up. I want you to be excited because these lenders can help you on the path to get ready to get pre-approved. And they can do it, give you information, no stress. They're not going to push you. They're not going to try to convince you or coerce you. They will just give you information so you are ready to make the move when you want to make the move. The other reason that you may want to rent is, hey, I don't know where I want to land. I'm not sure I want to be in this place long term, so I'm just going to come and check it out and try it out. That's no problem. I understand that. Totally makes sense. If that's you, you may want to rent. I might suggest that if that's the case, maybe you want to go into a midterm rental, 3 months, 6 months, so that if you decide, hey, I love it here and I want to buy, you can do that instead of worrying about a 12-month lease. Also, maybe you're the kind of person who you need to get your feet on the ground. You don't like buying things remotely. I have helped people buy remotely, even to the point where they never saw the house until after they closed on it. The first time they saw the house, they were already a homeowner. But maybe that's not you. Maybe your personality can't do that. Maybe you can't stomach it. Maybe you have to be there in person. Understand, if you're interested in doing virtual tours, I do some pretty in-depth ones. Now, I'll go around, we can FaceTime it, we can do a virtual Zoom, I'll take measurements, I'll look for water spots, we'll run the water in the sink, I drive up and down the street, show you the neighborhood a little bit. It's not just walk in the house and do a circle and show you the bedrooms and bathrooms, and now, hey, make a decision. I know it's not easy, I know it's not simple, it's the biggest purchase you might make of your life, unless you buy a bigger house later. It is important to think about, even if you're a 52-year-old guy like me and you've never purchased a house before, think about it. Now is a great time. If you want to connect, I don't care if you're thinking about moving in a month, 6 months, a year, I'm happy to talk to you, give you whatever information I can to put you a little bit at ease and help you make the best decision that's right for you.